A tiefling druid with red hair? Never. Are we sure she's a druid? Are we sure she's a tiefling? Are we sure that's red hair? Actually, the actress who's playing the tiefling was in a short-lived Netflix series called I'm Not Okay With This, and she was amazing in that. So she might be okay. Anyways, we've got some news regarding the Honor Amongst Thieves D&D movie, which we know is going to be a topic we're talking about for a long time to come. It has been pushed back, release date-wise, to sometime in 2023. Apparently, it's not doing as well as they thought in its early screenings. It might need some more editing, although the creators have said they're done. It's in the box. They're not going to edit anymore. They're not going to do reshirts. But then the reactions to the cheat screens so far have been, I guess, not as favorable as they'd like. I'm sure if you're screening a film like this, that's just such a niche audience to a broad group of people, you're going to get a lot of what the fuck is that questions. Much like, screening, if we can compare this to Guardians of the Galaxies. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy was a bunch of characters nobody really knew. It was not set on Earth. It dealt with a bunch of stuff most people who, if they weren't diehard Marvel fans, had no really what's that, who's that, where's that. Guardian of the Galaxy's initial screenings didn't do well. They had to go back and reshoot stuff and edit stuff and work on the pacing, tone back some of the more obscure Easter eggs. Obviously, Howard the Duck was still left in, and some of the other Easter eggs that were, purely for diehard Marvel fans. But a lot of the other stuff got pushed to the back or left on the cutting room floor or hid. If you ever go to the Guardians of the Galaxy Tower of Terror ride at California Adventure, you can see a lot of props from the movie, and you can see a lot of things that didn't show up in the movie, and you can see a lot of stuff that, because it takes place in the Collector's Hideout, that never made it into the movie. So if we're comparing Honor Amongst Thieves to Guardians of the Galaxy, that's my control. I would compare Honor Amongst Thieves to Guardians of the Galaxy in that people generally know what D&D is, but specifically there's a lot of stuff in that trailer where if you're not a D&D fan, you might just be like, I don't know what happened. And it could be, there's a lot of things in the screener which might look cool and exciting and fun, but if you're not a diehard D&D fan, you might be looking at these things going, I don't get it. So that is probably the issue they're having. They need to really borderline between making the movie appealing to Joe Average. I have no idea what you're talking about. I just want to see an action comedy with funny looking monsters, and I recognize the name. And diehard D&D geeks like myself are going to go, oh my God, I know who that is. That's Mert the Moneylender. Oh my God, I know exactly where that building is in the Forgotten Realms. Oh my God, I know exactly. She can't turn into an owlbear. 5th edition druids cannot turn into owlbears. So, nah. So, they've got to balance the line between those two groups. So probably out of the box, assuming it is actually as finished as they claim it is, you show it to a bunch of people. Some of them are going to go, yeah, that was great. Others going to be, what the fuck? It's going to have that what the fuck. So you've got to balance that line, and we can use Guardians of the Galaxy as our base because Guardians of the Galaxy dealt with the same thing. I know what the Marvel Universe is, but who's that? What's that? What's a Nova Corps? Who's the Collector? What's a Nowhere? What's a Celestial? Who's Thanos? So, yeah. We'll see. But anyways, it's been pushed back. But I'm sure we'll have more news regarding this movie as things come forward. People are still arguing over whether she can or cannot turn into an owlbear, or if druids have red hair or whatever. How come the paladin could do that with his sword? Is Chris Pine a bard? How Michelle Rodriguez has got green skin, that's racist, blah, 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 blah. It'll be a fun Hollywood summer popcorn movie. Maybe it'll do well, maybe it won't. Will it bring new people to the D&D hobby? I don't know. Did the MCU bring any new people to comic books? I probably brought new people into action figures, but I don't know if I brought people who weren't already comic book fans into comic books or to get deeper into the Marvel Universe. So I don't know. It might bring some people to the table, but not the way Critical Role did. No, I don't think it's going to have the Critical Role impact on the hobby. But who knows? I could be completely wrong. We'll see. Anyways, there's some news regarding Honor Amongst Thieves. See ya.